Chinese ambassador to the United States, Xie Feng, emphasized China's robust economic growth in an article published in the Washington Post on August 30, 2023. Despite global challenges, China's GDP expanded by 5.5% in the first half of the year, surpassing most major economies. Consumption, particularly spending on services like moviegoing, played a pivotal role in this growth. Ambassador Xie Feng highlighted China's commitment to a green and innovation-driven economy, with significant investments in high-tech industries and renewable energy. China's foreign trade remained resilient, marked by surging exports of electric vehicles, batteries, and solar cells. The increasing foreign investment and the growth of China's middle-income group were seen as positive indicators for its future. However, Xie Feng acknowledged the challenges and called for global cooperation. He encouraged the United States and China to collaborate rather than engage in economic disputes. On the international financial front, Asian central banks took measures to counter the recent surge of the US dollar. The People's Bank of China issued warnings to speculators not to destabilize the yuan, while the Bank of Japan hinted at policy changes that led to a strengthening of the yen. Consequently, the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index experienced a decline. The dollar had been on an 8-week winning streak due to strong U.S. economic data, but policy disparities between Asia and the U.S. created pressure on Asian currencies. China and Japan's efforts to protect their currencies contributed to the weakening of the U.S. dollar. Investors awaited key U.S. inflation data and the European Central Bank's rate decision, with some experts viewing the dollar's weakness as temporary, while factors like higher energy prices could provide support. Meanwhile, Asian stock markets displayed mixed performance with gains in Shanghai, Sydney, and Seoul, but declines in Hong Kong and Tokyo. Rising oil prices raised concerns about ongoing inflation impacting central bank interest rates and investments. China reported a slight increase in inflation, indicating a potential easing of deflationary pressures from an economic slowdown. Further data, including industrial output, was anticipated. In the realm of U.S. financial markets, Wall Street concluded the week with a slight uptick in the S&P 500, breaking a 2-week losing streak. Smith & Wesson brand's strong results led to a 10.8% stock surge, while Kroger exceeded earnings expectations but fell short on revenue. Kroger also settled opioid-related claims for over $1.2 billion. As interest rates and inflation concerns persisted, stable bond market yields contrasted with the uncertainty surrounding their impact. The Federal Reserve was contemplating the need for further rate increases or the necessity of maintaining high rates for an extended period. Finally, rising oil prices continue to fuel worries about inflation, with U.S. benchmark crude trading at $87.02 per barrel and Brent crude, the international benchmark, reaching $90.48 per barrel. Currency movements also played a role, with the US dollar weakening against the yen to JPY 146.46, while the euro strengthened slightly to USD 724. During his Asia trip, President Joe Biden addressed various aspects of US-China relations, marking a significant shift in diplomatic efforts after a 10-month gap in direct communication with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Biden expressed his intent to mend relations, acknowledging the complexity of the US-China dynamic. One of Biden's key observations was related to China's slowing economy, which he believed had reduced the risk of a full-scale attack on Taiwan despite China's assertive actions in the South China Sea. He noted that China's capacity to invade Taiwan had diminished due to its economic slowdown. This assessment was made during his visit to Hanoi, where the U.S. and Vietnam established a strategic pact aimed at strengthening ties and positioning Vietnam as a hub for semiconductor production, ultimately diminishing Beijing's dominance in the sector. Biden emphasized that the strategic pact with Vietnam was not an attempt to contain China, but rather a demonstration of the U.S. commitment to the Asia-Pacific region. He expressed his desire for an open and transparent relationship with China, emphasizing the importance of adhering to international rules. The president also mentioned his intention to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping soon, highlighting ongoing interactions between their teams. However, Biden's efforts to mend relations with China faced criticism from Republicans, who accused his administration of undermining U.S. national security by sending cabinet members to China. Nikki Haley, a Republican presidential candidate, criticized Biden for what she perceived as a too appeasing stance towards China and a lack of strong action against Chinese actions. In Washington, there were bipartisan calls for new laws aimed at preventing China from purchasing farmland near military installations. Haley even demanded that the U.S. reclaim land already acquired by China, underscoring the concerns surrounding China's land acquisitions. Biden's Asia trip appeared to be taxing, with the president humorously remarking that he was going to bed, reflecting the challenges of his packed schedule and the effects of jet lag. These developments underscore the complexity of U.S.-China ties and the importance of open communication in addressing differences and shared interests. The August 2023 Brices Summit signified a significant shift in geopolitics, with Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and potential new members like Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE reshaping the world order. This transformation was prompted by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which revealed several critical trends. Russia's actions underscored the emergence of a new non-aligned movement, challenging traditional alliances and alignments. It also highlighted the limitations of Western sanctions as a means of exerting influence and the rise of economic regionalization as countries sought to diversify their partnerships. Central to this shifting landscape was the global diffusion of power, with middle powers assuming a more prominent role in international affairs. These middle powers, including India, Turkey, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and regional blocs like ASEAN and the African Union, did not blindly align with Western or Eastern agendas but pursued their interests based on strategic calculations. Understanding the diversity of middle powers and their unique positions became essential in navigating this evolving geopolitical terrain. Each nation employed various strategies to further its objectives, making it imperative for the United States to engage with them effectively. Strategic diplomacy took center stage in this new world order. The United States needed to adapt by investing in diplomatic training, advocating for UN Security Council reform, providing positive aid, and sharing intelligence. Building enduring relationships and embracing the concept of variable geometry in coalition building were also critical components of this approach. In conclusion, as middle powers gained increasing influence on the global stage, the United States had to adapt its diplomatic strategies to thrive in this evolving landscape. Effective diplomacy and the ability to form flexible coalitions were key to navigating the age of middle powers and maintaining a strong position in international affairs. These stories paint a diverse and ever-evolving picture of our world, from international diplomacy and technology to legal battles and political aspirations. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more updates on the latest news, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our thought-provoking content. As always, feel free to share your thoughts and comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.